must have been talking in my sleep again. What was I dreaming about? I've already forgotten. Let's just get a glass of water and go back to bed. Wait a minute. What's this? A piece of paper slipped under my chamber doors with the scent of Missouri's greatest candy export, the cherry mash. That must mean that this is from Prince Blib. Could it be? Let me find my glasses and put them on. Why, yes. Yes! It's Ermahgerd Perch Nerts! That's right, everyone. The Perch Nerts are in the building, and boy, oh boy, am I jazzercised. And if you have read them, then you no doubt know why. But if you have not, let me just summarize them by saying our long national nightmare is over. But before we kick this over to the KRKN Channel 5 News Cruise Analysis Department, let me just go ahead and prepare you for the silliness that will be going on in the background. An over 3,000 XP doozy of a game in the Iwaki, and for maximum lulz, here are my stats in this ship. No, none of those are typos, and here is the commander and modules that I am using. And it is none other than Azurlana Tago with Mimbelli and Mikawa. And now let's not keep you in suspense any longer and kick it over to the news team at KRKN Channel 5. Jerk, are you there? Yes, Jerk, and thank you. Well, as you can no doubt hear in the newsroom, after 3 years of waiting, Bayard is finally here. Let's roll the credits and shut this thing down because we finally did it. Jerk, I'm sorry, are you saying that that is the only thing in the patch notes? That's right, Jerk. Well, the only thing that really matters. Yeah, but there has to be some other things. Not everyone cares about agile French demon boats set to terrorize everyone from Tier 7, especially since it's not the campaign. I don't follow. What sort of person would care about anything else? Oh, I don't know. The majority of players, different boat for different folks. Isn't that kind of the point of everything we do here? Show off even the not popular ships? Well, it was, but that was because there wasn't Bayard. Now we can turn to 24/7 Bayard coverage. Yeah, but if we do that, then we're gonna lose a lot of viewers, and then we'll have to start running ads and pop-ups. No, I relent. Get the ads off the screen. All right then, but you better move on. Okay, we are moving on. For the campaign, we have the Tier 8 Russian battlecruiser Kronstadt. Hard-hitting, not the most accurate guns, though we will see what Lightful has to say about that. Armed with HE and AP, unlike Stalingrad. Now, on PC, it has a 25mm bow, but we will see if it gets the Legends treatment here. I doubt that it will, but if it does, then this ship's going to be quite strong. Also of note in this campaign are some too hot to handle camos, which are choice and will be excellent to, decorate your Bayard in or get the ads down. Also of note are research points available in the campaign, which you're probably going to want to use to help speed up the research in the brand new Bureau Project Burgonia. It's been way too long since we got a new French battleship. Bourgogne, I suspect, will be quite good, but not exactly new player friendly. Imagine a Jean Bart with a turret in the back. No, you're thinking of the Flanders, which only has triple barrels. This is quads, and yeah, I think that the majority of players will have difficulty with this because this is going to be 380mm, and there's not going to be a whole lot there overmatching in Legendary tier, but at least with this in here, that should make people really excited to play Legendary tier again, right? Let's see a show of hands. Next up, the German battle cruisers are out of early access, so if you were sane and spent no money on crates, you can now start grinding a line, which I found surprisingly fun, and because of that, I have already ground out the XP to pick up Ruprecht on Monday, not mother. One question I can't answer is if any of those German Halloween commanders from the past will be back this Halloween update, which would be a shame as they are great on this new line. And speaking of Halloween, we will see the return of Rasputin, which introduces an event currency called shards, that you can use to get guises, the Commonwealth Tier 5 Cruiser Perth, and if you beat the game on the hardest mode, it sounds like you can get a Tier 3 Japanese premium battleship, Kawachi. Speaking of premium ships, let's go over the ones we get this update. We've got the Ark Royal, a Tier 5 Royal Navy carrier that features big squadrons, I believe, and I know for some of you all that matters is size. We also have the aforementioned Perth, which has good concealment, agility, and a crawling smoke generator, but is pretty much a Leander outside of that. It might be a little nifty. Seems like we're filling out some of the premium Commonwealth ships to hopefully get Haida in the future. The Commonwealth Commander reduces your detection time after firing in smoke and the distance for firing in smoke, which I guess you could put that as an inspiration on the Hwangi Dang Dang to make it even more lethal. The Kawachi, the Tier 3 premium Japanese battleship, has 6 turrets and begs the question, why is Myogi in the same tier? Lastly, the Belle of the Ball Bayard. If you haven't heard me talk about this ship, here's the gist. Take the DeGrasse and give it all the tweaks it would need to compete in Tier 7. Greater speed, greater agility, faster firing guns, quick turning turrets, decent torpedoes. It should have 1/5 HE pin, and then you look at the commanders we have, and you can see just how far we will be able to push this and really just wreck battleship heavy meta that exists right now. And hey, wait, come back. I haven't even gotten a chance to tell you the balance changes. What do we get? All the carriers are getting buffed and nerfed, except for the Russians, which just get buffed. I'm sorry, what? Excluding the Russian carriers, just about every single one is going to be easier to detect by surface ships and harder to detect by aircraft, but getting stronger aircraft. What does that mean? I guess it's to deter folks from spotting the carrier at the beginning and shooting it, which honestly, I haven't seen anyone with the sense to do that yet, but should ideally speed up those games at the end where the carrier is the only ship left and has parked themselves in the furthest corner. At least they'll be able to be spotted a bit earlier now. But for the Russians, they just get lower detection from sky and sea because. And speaking of Russians, Tallinn is getting hit with the nerf bat. What better way to make people enjoy their Riga than by nerfing the ship that comes before it in line? Also getting nerfed, Fiji? I mean, those two are by and large the best tech tree cruisers at the tier, but whatever. The Duca de Pasta is getting nerfed with a longer reload, and as a maximum troll, the Abruzzi is getting its AP shell damage buffed and its HE shell damage buffed and chance to start a fire buff. You know, the shells that no one uses on the Abruzzi. But speaking of Abruzzi, they should be the guest on the next big show. Alright, Chachi, those are the patch notes, and in summation, I think this is a pretty solid update. A lot of ship variety at multiple tiers. Sure, no new global XP ships. Steel is still a forgotten resource. Training rooms aren't here. Better stats aren't here. No adjusted spawns. No new maps, but that's okay. You can't have that every single time, and it leads me to believe that the next update will be a doozy. And in the meantime, let's be real. There is only one ship I'm going to be playing from here on out. And with that all said, I think we are about to wrap this one up in a couple more salvos. So down in the comments, let me know what you guys think. I know that there's a few of you who are going to be excited for the carrier changes. I think there's a lot of stuff out there. Obviously, there's some battleships, including Bergonia, and some interesting cruisers being added. I am myself, you know, kind of feeling good about this one, so, yeah. And that's gonna wrap it up for this one. If you Bayard, then hit Bayard. If you don't Bayard, then hit Bayard. Bayard if you want a Bayard. I will Bayard out there for a Bayard, and we will Bayard.